What if everything you've ever wanted, your biggest dreams, your deepest purpose, was hiding behind the very thing you fear most? Let me tell you this, failure isn't your enemy, it's your greatest ally. It sharpens you, molds you, and reveals who you really are. We're taught to see failure as a dead end, but the truth is it's a doorway, a fierce, unrelenting guide that pushes you toward your highest potential. The people who rise, the ones who create lasting impact, are not those who avoid failure, but those who embrace it, learn from it, and rise stronger every single time. If you're ready to challenge yourself, to stop playing small and start living fully, you're in the right place. Like, share, and subscribe now to fuel your journey with daily power and inspiration. Stay with me, because what comes next will change the way you see every setback and transform how you chase success. If failure is the door to growth, then every time you fall, you are proving that you are alive, truly alive, and moving forward. Think about it. The only people who never fail are those who never step outside their comfort zone. They never risk, never stretch, and as a result, never truly evolve. But every scar you carry, every misstep you've taken, is a marker that you are chasing something bigger than yourself. It's living evidence that you are reaching, striving, and refusing to settle. Here's a powerful shift in thinking. What if, instead of avoiding failure, you actively sought it out? Imagine setting a goal to fail 50 times this year. It sounds counterintuitive, but consider this. Each failure is a story of courage. Each setback is a badge of honor that proves you had the guts to try. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. J.K. Rowling faced rejection after rejection before Harry Potter ever saw the light of day. Their failures weren't dead ends. They were milestones of progress. What if you turned your failures into a personal trophy case? Write them down, pin them to a wall, talk about them openly. Not as shameful moments, but as proof that you are pushing your limits and refusing to live on autopilot. This is how mastery is built. Not through perfection, but through relentless trial and error. And as you embrace this mindset, you'll discover something extraordinary. Failure, far from breaking you, is quietly building the strongest version of yourself. Now, let's dig deeper into how failure can be transformed into fuel for your greatest breakthroughs. We've been trained, almost from childhood, to fear failure, to see it as a sign that we aren't good enough, smart enough, or capable enough. But what if that entire narrative is wrong? What if failure isn't a stop sign but a fuel gauge, showing you exactly where you need to grow and evolve? It's time to flip the script. Instead of seeing failure as a mark of defeat, begin to see it as data, a powerful source of insight and direction. Imagine launching a business that doesn't take off. Most people would shrink back, wounded and discouraged. But the winners? They pause and ask better questions. What new truth did I uncover about the market? How did this experience stretch my resilience? What hidden skills surfaced when things got tough? This kind of reflection transforms failure into a tool for progress. Failure, in many ways, is like a GPS recalculating your route. When you hit a dead end, it doesn't tell you to give up. It simply redirects you with new wisdom. Without failure, you're driving blind, guessing your way forward. The key is to capture and study these lessons. A powerful habit to build is keeping a failure journal. Each time something falls apart or doesn't go your way, write down exactly what happened and extract at least 3 meaningful lessons. Over time, you'll realize these entries aren't stories of defeat. They're stepping stones of growth, charting your path to mastery. And as you begin to view failure through this new lens, you'll see that every setback holds the seeds of your next breakthrough. Let's explore how to strengthen your emotional resilience and turn even the hardest falls into unstoppable momentum. Let's not sugarcoat it. Failure can cut deep. It bruises your ego, shakes your confidence, and can leave you feeling lost. But beneath that sting is a hidden gift, one that only reveals itself if you're willing to stay with the discomfort. Here's the raw, undeniable truth. Pain is the birthplace of true transformation. When you fail, whether it's bombing a crucial exam, losing a job you fought hard for, or watching a lifelong dream slip through your fingers, it feels crushing. But these are the precise moments when your real strength is forged. This is where your character is tested, and where your resilience is built. Think of every person you admire. every story of greatness you've ever heard. Behind each success is a trail of painful setbacks, of nights spent doubting, of moments that seemed impossible to recover from. But here's what separates the champions from the rest. They didn't run from the pain. They faced it head-on, learned from it, and used it as fuel to rise again. So here's your challenge. The next time failure knocks you down, don't distract yourself and don't pretend it doesn't hurt. Sit with discomfort. Let it sharpen your awareness and teach you what no victory ever could. And when you're ready, channel that fire, that raw emotion, into your next bold move. Because every time you get back up, you are stronger, wiser, and one step closer to your highest self. Now, let's uncover the power of community in helping you rise after every fall. While personal strength is vital, there's one truth we often overlook. You are not meant to do this alone. The journey through failure, growth, and success becomes exponentially more powerful when you surround yourself with people who understand the battle, people who lift you when you fall and challenge you to aim higher. The reality is, isolation magnifies failure. When you keep your struggles hidden, it's easy to spiral into self-doubt and fear. But when you share your setbacks with a trusted circle, you gain perspective, encouragement, and accountability. Think about elite athletes. They have coaches, teammates, mentors. Entrepreneurs have mastermind groups and partners who keep them focused through the highs and lows. Why should your journey be any different? Find your tribe, your crew of fellow risk-takers and dreamers, and build a space where failure is not just accepted, but expected and embraced. Here's a fresh idea to bring this to life. Start a failure circle. Once a month, gather with your group to share not just successes, but your biggest flops of the month and what you learned. Celebrate the courage it took to try, laugh about the missteps, and extract lessons together. This practice rewires your mindset, making failure feel less like a personal defeat and more like a universal stepping stone. The truth is, community transforms failure from something heavy into something empowering. And when you stand shoulder to shoulder with people who refuse to give up, you'll find it's nearly impossible to stay down for long. Next, let's explore how keeping your vision front and center can propel you forward, no matter how many times you stumble. At the heart of every great comeback is a powerful vision, a reason so strong that it drowns out fear and keeps you moving, even when the road gets rough. Your vision is your North Star, the deep personal why that ignites your drive and pulls you through every setback. Without it, failure can feel overwhelming, like a reason to quit. But with it, failure becomes just another step towards something greater. Think about why you started. Was it to build a life of freedom? To prove to yourself that you're capable of more? To create something meaningful that outlives you? Whatever your reason, keep it alive and vivid. Michael Jordan missed thousands of shots, but his vision of greatness kept him stepping back onto the court. Entrepreneurs like Elon Musk have faced failure after failure, yet their unwavering commitment to a bold vision pushes them forward. You need that same unshakable clarity. Here's a simple but powerful exercise. Create a vision board or a digital folder filled with images, quotes, and reminders of what you're working toward. Revisit it often, especially when doubt creeps in. Let it remind you why you refuse to quit. Your vision must be louder than your fear and bigger than any setback, because when your why is powerful enough, no failure can derail you for long. And now, as we look ahead, we'll uncover how to transform every setback into part of a legacy you'll be proud to leave behind. Someday, you'll sit with the story of your life. What will it sound like? Will it be a cautious tale of playing it safe, of dreams left untouched because the risk felt too high? Or will it be a story of boldness? A messy, beautiful journey where you dared greatly, stumbled hard, and rose even harder. The truth is, your legacy is not built in the easy moments. It's forged in the fires of challenge and defeat. Success isn't something that happens despite failure. It is born because of it. Look around at the people who have shaped history, the inventors, the artists, the visionaries. Every one of them has fallen, often spectacularly. But what sets them apart is that they understood failure was part of the price of greatness. They kept moving, kept building, and transformed their setbacks into stepping stones. Right now, you have the same choice in front of you. What is the dream that's so important, so deeply rooted in your heart, that even failing in pursuit of it would feel like a victory? What goal is so ambitious that the mere act of chasing it makes you proud? That is the dream worth everything. And here's the truth: the only real failure is never daring at all. So take a breath, summon your courage, and step forward. Make your failures count, because they are the seeds of a legacy that could change everything. As we close, remember this: failure is never the end of your story. It's simply a chapter in your journey toward greatness. Falling down doesn't define you, staying down does. And fear fades the moment you step into action. What truly matters is the courage to keep going, to rise after every setback, and to stay committed to your vision, no matter how many times you stumble. The greatest lesson of all is this: every failure holds a gift, a lesson that shapes you into someone stronger, wiser, and more unstoppable. The people who achieve extraordinary things aren't the ones who never fail. They're the ones who refuse to quit. And that can be you. So the next time you face a challenge, meet it head on. Remind yourself that you are building something far greater than comfort. You are building a life of purpose and impact. Keep pushing forward, keep learning, and keep believing in what's possible. If this message fired you up and gave you something to think about, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more daily doses of motivation and strength. And I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below about the biggest risk you're ready to take, or a failure that taught you something powerful. Your greatness is waiting. Go after it without fear.